Hello guys, and welcome to episode 32 of my Ymir multiplayer series. So, it's been, I think, just 24 hours. I actually remember. I don't know if it's been 48 hours or 24 hours. Nothing major's changed, but we have got plenty to cover still. So, last episode we got Bloomery. So I think it was at 24 hours ago. Last episode we got Bloomery. This time we've got Phonetic writing, which is the one that we were researching, but I've actually now researched it. And that is the library level 4 and the theatre. So the library level 4 we can't build yet. It's an Iron Age building. Have a look for it. Where is library? Why's my head just gone blank on where it would be? Here it is. Okay, sorry. Sorry, it's in cultural. So library here. You see it needs saws and it also needs paper. But paper is actually appearing on the market. It actually looks a really cool little building. Like the model of the building looks really nice. I like that. But it's an Iron Age building, so we can't get that just yet. The theatre is the same. It uses saws. Obviously Iron Age, we can't get that. And it also uses plaster. Plaster is something made in the kiln by limestone, I believe. So that's why you see the little deposits of limestone on some like tiles. Usually on more rocky tiles, but once they're collected, you can then, I think it's water and limestone to make the plaster. Then the plaster is used in a lot of Iron Age buildings. So both those buildings we can't do yet. But the theatre is really, really good because it will give us an extra entertainment access. We get another 3 live quality if we can get 100% fulfillment of that. So that's that. Tech-wise, I've also got diagnosis that's just come in. So it doesn't do anything at the moment, but this will pair with more Bronze Age techs, or maybe even an Iron Age tech, to get us a level 2 doctors, which is the final upgrade of the doctors. That will save us a lot of jobs. Agriculture innovation failed, but it's only got 4 hours left, so we'll see what happens when we actually pass it. Some other new techs, we've got glazing here, which I could get. I could buy the clay in, but 20 tin's quite a lot. We've got like 70 tin anyway, and 40 tin here, so it's not a problem, but it's the fact that it doesn't really do anything for me. Level 4 potters, you know, I don't produce any pottery at all, so I don't really care about it. Obviously, like I said before, I do want to get more techs to get, you know, potentially more techs in the future, but I can't think of this one actually like pushing for anything. And it's also got 46% success chance anyway, and it's 1,000 coins. So I've got 21,000 coins. I've got absolutely tons of money. And that's 21,000 coins, guys, when I've been spending and spending and spending all sorts of crap. Like if we look, for example, at planks, you'll see I've got 280 here. In the last day, I've bought, you know, what is that? 300 planks across my city, because remember, planks is what I was really, really struggling to get to upgrade, because shovels, I've honestly got about 500 shovels, which is insane, and they're really cheap on the market. 35 coins, 37 coins. These are really, really cheap shovels. So the amount of shovels I got, and I'm going to continue to keep producing them, because remember, we have to upgrade every single house here, plus extra houses, and then do that in the same for 2 other cities. And then if I want to get then further Bronze Age buildings in the future, or if I want to then make a new city on top of this, then I need loads of shovels. So there's never too many shovels you can have, unless literally you've fully maxed out all your cities and everything. Because once you've got all these houses upgraded, the shovels are actually not that relevant, because we'll start using saws once we get the Iron Age stuff. So that's all cool. Looking at the Chronicle, there's been a lot of wars that have ended, and there's been some big players wiped out. But one of the ones that caught my eye was governance. I've never heard of that tech in Ymir. I do not know what it does, but it's one of the players very far north has unlocked governance tech. Again, I have no idea what that does, but seeming that the game announced it only announces the most important techs. It announces coinage, barter, agriculture, markets, and then the different ages, so the copper tech, which is metallurgy, bronze working. So for it to announce governance, that is huge. I have no idea what governance is, but it's been announced, so I'm excited to see what that one is. We've also got heavy helmets. So heavy helmets, I could obviously save up a little bit of bronze, a little bit of bronze for it, and we can get it, but it cost me the 2 civ points, and I don't know, nobody can use it at the moment because you need obviously bronze shields cuirasses and heavy helmets as well. So while I could produce a massive stock of bronze helmets ready, I then also need to go into bronze shield making and bronze cuirass making. That's 6 civ points. That's quite a lot, and I don't know if it's worth it, because even if I was to go in a war, I feel like the spear pigs would hold me up a little bit better. But sorry, this is something I need to bring up. I'm going to start producing camels because I've got a new countryside for Rocktown. So I switched out one of Rocktown's previous countrysides and gave it to my New Hope. And then I've created a new countryside on a forest tile because I thought, oh wow, forest tile, there's going to be loads of trees, I can get loads of wood. No, an arid forest tile is useless. Like, an arid forest tile doesn't even fully satisfy a level 3 woodcutter, which is awful. If you go to the jungle tiles, or you go to a Nordic forest tile, or even, I believe, the continental ones, you should find that the level 3 ones are fully used, if that's the right word. But without any civ points in wood, I can't even fully fill one of them, which is just really, really terrible. So what I'm actually going to do is just use that as a farming countryside. But then, I've got cows. Horses and camel units in this game are absolutely amazing in every single way. They have far more movement on the map, so you can travel longer distances. They are much better at raiding, because when they move around on the battle map, they get the movement bonus. That means the archers who shoot at them hit them less. They also keep that movement bonus when attacking in melee. So even if they're engaging like a town guard or something and the archers are shooting at them, they'll take less hits from the archers. They also, I think they removed this, but I remember horsemen I think used to also do better raiding. There used to be a stat in game, actually. God, this just shows how long it's been, but there used to be a stat in game. Raiding that would say, like, this unit can pillage X amount. So horses used to be better at raiding as well. Like, you'd get more goods or more buildings destroyed with them. I think that got removed, but they are brilliant for raiding because you can have little mobile troops, like exactly like on the German in World War II, the Germans who would split off their tanks, whereas the Russians, or the Soviets I should say, would have their tanks integrated with their infantry. So maybe, for example, for every company you might have a tank or whatever. The Germans had like specialist tank panzer groups, which were basically just tanks, tank commanders with X amount of tanks, and then they could use them for their own little missions. Obviously, they support infantry, but the same in Ymir with the horsemen. You'd have a separate army of just horsemen, so they get the world movement bonus, and then you can raid a territory with just your horsemen and actually obliterate them. So what my war strategy would be is economic war. That's how I play Ymir. I'm not trying to say this is the best way at all. I don't actually know, because I haven't had a war with the new mechanics. I haven't had a war for 2 years, and the game's changed a lot with the war side since then. But horsemen or camel units, the absolute best. So all that rambling was basically say I'm making camels. So I actually bought in 5 off the market, and then I actually up north I thought they'd all gone. I actually found a camel like herd just there. So I raided an army, I killed the barbarians that were sitting on them, and I just captured them. So I got 8 extra camels. So I've now got 13 camels. I'm going to put my civ point into camels, because you don't need, I mean, unless you're genuinely going to imminent war and you need to pump them out, you don't eat your camels, or same with the horses, you don't eat them. So even if you're only producing, let's say 0.2 per turn, that's absolutely fine, because you'll accumulate them over time. Then you might get, maybe after a week, you might be up to, I don't know, 0. Well, so let's say a bit more than that, let's say 2 camels per turn. Then so after a week, you might be, I don't know, 40 or 50 camels all stocked up. So you don't need to like produce like 15 per turn like I am with buffaloes, because we're not eating them. So they are a nice one to have ticking up over time. So beers crashed again. You can see all my taverns are out, which is just terrible. Yeah, and because wine is so expensive, the taverns can't actually run off wine, which is very sad. Other things, light helmets, absolutely tons of them, absolutely tons. We're not selling any because we've been undercut on price, but I want to stock them up anyway, because now we can make spear pigs, and I actually have been using some spear pigs. Anything else? I don't think so. But what I do want to do first, before I go and set up my new camel pastures, is upgrade as many houses as I can. I've got the bricks, obviously got the shovels, now I've got the planks. So let's just do it. There sadly isn't a quick way of upgrading en masse, because you can obviously delete many buildings at once. And they now did introduce a feature that lets you drag out many houses at once. So that saves a lot of time, but you can't really upgrade quickly. The quickest way I could think of doing it would be to delete all your houses and then like just mass place the new ones. But you have to wait ages for the houses to delete. Not ages, but it's like a few minutes. So I feel like in that time that you just sat around waiting, you could have just manually clicked upgrade in every single one. So that's why I'm doing this. It seems like our limiting factor is going to be bricks, and I'm not actually asking for a new brick. So let's get 300 bricks at 6 coins. I don't understand Ymir with how you like overcut or undercut somebody. I don't actually know. And I'm actually going to overcut him because I have the money and I want to. Simple as that, really. 2,250 coins, it's a lot of money. But, hey, I want it. In other news as well, silver. Massive production of silver, guys. Massive production. I also saw, I thought was quite fascinating, really. Oh, there isn't actually any on the market anymore. But I found that there was, for the silver bars, there was actually a free trader selling silver. And do you know what I found fascinating? Was firstly, I didn't even know free traders would sell silver or gold. I thought they only bought it. But the buying price of the silver, and I know it's the same for gold because I did actually sort of know this because I saw it in the update log, but it was actually weird seeing it in practice, was the fact that silver and gold from the free traders are actually bought and sold at the exact same price, which is really, really interesting. It's the only good that happens, that you'd buy it from a free trader at, let's say, 50 coins, and then the free trader also sells it at 50 coins, or in this case, I think it was 88 coins I spent per bar, which is a lot of money, but still, I've got the cash, and I like storing gold or silver. Like, if you've got the coins, why not? And then now that you know that you can sell to the free traders for the same price you bought it at, that feels all sorts of like probability risk, because it's not like you're buying it in, but then if you wanted to actually sell it in the future, you'd make a big loss. No, you'd actually sell it for the exact same price. So why not just buy it in? Okay, so houses, they're all upgraded, and you can see this amount of axes we're going to be getting from all of this. We're up to 152 axes now. We got probably 15, 20 axes there. I did actually upgrade this pastures, but I don't have anywhere to put the field, so I'm just gonna have to. It's a bit of a waste of shovels, but again, I've got tons. Other news, I can't think of too much. We are producing a lot of military equipment. Again, not really getting any sales, but also I'm not even trying to sell that one, are we? But no, I think everyone's going pretty good here in Rocktown. I do know though that New Hope does need more food, so let's have a look at New Hope. Let's see what we can do here. I believe we've now got planks, shovels, and bricks all here, so I can actually get some level 3 houses built. I think we should have enough houses anyway for the amount of people that we have, but I can get some new houses built if needed. So in New Hope, I was getting some fields planted, and I've got the hose and the lettuce and chickpeas, but the markets have all recovered again. Oh no, it hasn't, not for chickpeas. I feel like I just need to go for full chickpeas then. But again, it's that imbalance. Or then chickpeas will be fully covered, and then there won't be enough lettuce. So yeah, it's always difficult to get the balance right. But yeah, looking at the houses, we actually don't need any new houses yet. Oh no, we do. Okay, nice. I'm gonna get some level 3 houses down then. There we go. There's some new houses. I'm gonna leave space here in case I want to get more important buildings up here. So I'm going to have the rest of the houses outside. Even though this could be used as farmland, I'm not going to get that many farms, so don't have a problem about using it up. And I want to keep my houses as close to the walls as possible. So if anyone was raiding me and tried to burn down these houses, at least archers up here could shoot at them. So we'll try and keep our houses close. How close? I don't know. I think that might. Oh, I think that works. I think we'll get them literally on the edge there. There we go, there's some new houses. Yeah, there's some new houses. So we've got nice little extra houses there. I'm gonna upgrade these farms. So I'm gonna get these farms going, and then once I've got these done, I'll be back. Okay, guys. So that is all my fields all in place. So we've now, and again, I think that's enough because if we look, I know the last one isn't fully built yet, but we're producing 35 lettuce and 30, probably about 35 chickpeas as well once that next field is done. Well, actually, no, it'd be a lot more than that, won't it? Because this is a huge field. So actually, probably about 40. So I don't need any more farms because our population is never, ever going to eat more than about like 25 lettuce and 25 chickpeas each. So I'll always self-sufficiently produce all my own food. So it's like, if there's no sale demand on the market, it's not really worth producing more. Because with leather clothes, where I make my money is by driving down the price to sell on more. But the key thing is with leather clothes market is you gain so much wealth from doing so. But the farms don't actually produce that much wealth. Like, yeah, they produce pretty decent. You get about just under 7 wealth per worker. But you take up so much space. You can't really have many in your capital anyway because of how, how unhappy makes people. So I said only just produce as much as your countrysides allow, but not at the cost of losing out on other countryside stuff like camels. So I think that's everything done. Oh, actually, no, I do want to actually up the stock. So they want, let's up this to 4 meat. Again, meat's so much in supply that I'd rather oversupply to get the extra growth. Pottery, I'm going to up the supply to 3 because 3.5 is actually demanded. It's only 2.3 which we can currently demand, so up that to 3. And then yeah, chickpeas and lettuce I'm going to up to 4 each. And then what about leather clothes? So leather clothes, again, I'm going to up the price because I make so many leather clothes, so I'd rather get them in. And then in terms of what do I buy in extra now, I don't want to buy anything expensive like furniture or rugs, which will make enough profit on them. But I could buy in some food that's in lots of supply. So carrots, is carrots? No, carrots actually isn't. And then if I'm buying carrots in at 3.5 coins, I'm actually going to make a large loss. Because I'll only be able to get the price to about, what you see here, about 2 coin profit. Sorry, 2 coin wholesale, so I'll make a loss per carrot. So I think for now, that's good enough. This is good enough that we're going to be growing our population. It's at 80%, so once this all registers, it will grow more. We have got lots of jobless, though. I'm trying to think what I can get them to do. Maybe... Oh, I was going to say maybe make bricks, but the clay situation is still pretty bad. It's recovering, actually. It's recovering. I wouldn't say it's recovered, but it's getting better. So maybe we could do brickwork. Charcoal. Charcoal's terrible. Wood's terrible, so we're just not going to have enough wood to produce charcoal. I think I'll hold on. I think I'll just keep trying to buy in the bricks. But then saying that, it's what's cheaper. If I'm having to buy in bricks at a cost of 7 coins each, buying wood in at 2 coins each, I don't actually know if that will make us a loss. Still, even if I'm spending 7 coins on bricks, just because of how much wood is needed for the charcoal, and how much charcoal is then needed for the bricks. And same for the clay being expensive. So I need to have a think. But is stone in high demand? No, it's quite the opposite actually. Selling loads of stone. So I'm not sure. What I am going to do though is get some doctors because that will massively speed up our growth. Hammers, I'm just buying 50 because I can, and then I'll get them in. Wood. This guy's like, again. This guy's whole selling tactic is just to pick a market and then charge the most ridiculous prices for it. But I'm so rich that I'll buy in enough wood just to make a couple doctors. Oh, that trade order not come through. There we go. So now it's come through. I can get 2 doctors down because they use up quite a bit of wood. Where do I put them? I think I'll put them just in front of these houses here. You need clay, don't you? Right, let me buy in some clay. Buy in I'll buy in 20 because I will need to make more of these doctors in the future, so. Okay, nice, so I'm going to set them as critical. Then when they're built, they will speed up a little bit of the growth. So that is New Hope done. There's not much more I can really do here in New Hope. We just have enough people to really do much. I can maybe get some flint mining going. But again, it's one of those things which, like, I feel like that's just... Again, it's better than having nothing, I suppose. Like, really better than having nothing. But it's like, do I even just want the storage space wasted by holding flint? I don't know. Oh, okay, so I thought we were running out of water. No, we haven't got enough water. Anything? Is there anything? Any industries? Soil mining, again, mud is a bit the same as flint. It's like, is it really worth it? I don't even need textiles. I think I will just have to mine some flint because, again, I could always sell the flint at like a 0.1 coin profit, and at least I've done something. And it also increases the wealth of the territory. It also then means that these... Oh, actually, no, because they're going to be unprofitable, aren't they? Because no one's buying the flint, so they're actually not going to work. So, maybe I'll just have to get a tool miner. Like 1 or 2 tool miners. Yeah, that's what I'd have to do. So let's get my little industry section over here. So I'm going to get 4 tool miners, all making hammers. And then at least that's some jobs created. And while the hammers isn't anything particularly special, we have a look here. If we were selling hammers at 3 coins, that's still 0.7 coin profit. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I might as well get some jobs, and this is at least a semi-decent job to get. I'm going to set these as low, because each hammer will need, I think, well, each hammer needs 2 flint, but we produce a little bit more than 1 hammer. I think it's like 1.6. So we need about 3 flint. So I think I'll have 3 on regular, and then these 2 auxiliary ones on low. Yeah, that's New Hope done. I'm now going to get my camels set up in Woodton. I named it Woodton before I realised I'm not actually going to get any wood from it. So, bit of a funny name. But I'm going to march the camels over. They're stored in Castell at the moment. Got the beautiful 13 camels. And I've also got 5 horses. The reason I've got 5 horses is because the tech that we actually need to ride the hamels... Ride the hamels? Not the hamels, my goodness. To actually produce the camel or horse units is horseback riding. We've had this tech in our inventory, or inventory of knowledges, for ages, for weeks and weeks and weeks, but just don't have the horses. So I finally bought some horses in, and I've set another buy order for 50 coins to hopefully try and stimulate some sort of demand. Because then once I've got that tech done, I can make camel units. And camel units, you've got the light camel unit, which is, I think, a leather clothes, shield, spear, and light helmet. Or maybe it doesn't even have a light helmet. Maybe it's just spear, shield, and leather clothes. And then you've got the camel unit, which is, I think it's padded armor, spears, shield, and light helmet. So that it's basically a spear pig on a camel or on a horse, depending on which one you do. So it is a very, very good unit. I don't know how it works. Oh, I didn't even put anything in it. I don't know how it works when spearmen take on camels. I know they have a big bonus because basically there's a charge stat and a mass stat. The bigger these 2 numbers are, the more damage your initial impact on the enemy does. But there's also a thing called weapon reach. And the longer your weapon is, the more it mitigates that charge bonus. So the spearmen obviously have a pretty long weapon reach, and so they have a massive mitigation to the charge bonus. I think that's how it works. I basically at least know that spearmen in the game do more damage to camel units or infantry, not infantry units, horse units. So you do have to be wary. But if, for example, your horsemen were going against archers, javelin men, axe pigs, sword pigs, all of these sort of like unshielded, not necessarily unshielded actually, sorry, but just with like low weapon reach, they will just destroy them. Okay, I completely forgot. I hadn't actually built any cattle farm, so I'm a complete idiot. I can't actually set up a wood turn with camels just yet. And this is where I'm not sure. I think I'm going to get 1 camel pasture. The reason is because 1 camel pasture, without any civ points, I think will produce me about 1 camel per tick, around that, maybe 1.2. I don't think that is plenty of camels because I'm not planning on going to war. I don't think I'll be warred. So what am I going to do with all these camels? I'm just going to have to, if I get more and more and more and more, I'm going to have to keep storing them and storing them. So yeah, it's great to have loads and loads of camels, and if I want, I can sell them. But it's like, what do I actually do when I get too many? I've got like 60, 70 camels. Thing is though, actually, there is demand for camels on the market. Only 30 points. Sorry, only 6 at 30, but I could potentially sell camels. But then the whole reason why camels and horses are so expensive is because people don't produce them themselves. Or maybe they don't have any to produce themselves. Like, for example, camels, I didn't have any to produce them. Thankfully, at the time, there's ones up above, but by that point, I already bought some in. So that's why they're so expensive, because it's like pure monopoly over the horses. But if I'm constantly supplying camels on the market, more and more people will just produce them themselves, so the value will go down. But nah, maybe I'll go for 2 farms. I'll see how much 1 farm produces. If it produces like a 0.8 or something very, very low, I think I might get 2. If it produces already that 1 farm, like 1.8, close to 2 cattle, 2 camels, not cattle, 2 camels, then actually I think I'll just stick with the 1. And then, what else I could do here is just get some farms. Like, I'll show you with the wood. The best amount of wood I could find is around here, 4.3. 4.3, so very poor, when this actual building can produce like 5.6, so it's a good 20% off, which is really, really bad. I don't want wasted usage on one of my countryside buildings, so I'm not going to bother getting the woodcutters. But guys, I think I'm going to end the episode there. I want to say it's a short episode, because it's shorter compared to a lot of the episodes I've done recently, but it's still 30 minutes, is still a very, very long time. So hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, leave it a like. If you're enjoying the series as a whole, I've still got quite a bit left to go, I believe, so please subscribe. You will help out the channel a lot, and you'll then get quicker notifications. And then finally, join the Discord. The link's in the description. So, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.